Hello, college football fans. Well, I believe that was week 7 that we just got done with. Holy moly! Was it full of upsets or what? Clemson goes down. Washington State goes down. Miami's pushed by Georgia Tech. So that was week 7. What happens week 8? Or at least in my opinion on what happens week 8? Find out. College Football Picks Challenge next. Boomer Sooner 1982. Don't go away. Welcome back, everybody. My name's Harry James. This is week 8's set for 2017 of college football games this week. As always, we'll start in the conference that I love so much and have grown to love so much with Oklahoma and so many other teams in the Big 12. And that gets started off. There's no mid games. There's no midweek games. So get started Saturday for breakfast. Get your scrambled eggs and waffles and French toast ready for a game between Oklahoma State and Texas, as Texas tries to bounce back on ABC. I think Oklahoma State is going to win this game. The shirtless Mike Gundy is going to get that one in Austin. The other 11 a.m. kickoff is Iowa State and Texas Tech on Fox Sports 1. Iowa State's getting better, obviously. Their second straight win last week, looking good. But Tech, I think the Tech just has a little bit too much firepower, even for Washington State. You thought so with my Sooners a couple of weeks ago. I honestly do believe so against Tech, particularly in Lubbock. Too much offensive firepower there, so I'm going to take Texas Tech. The mid game, the 3 o'clock game, obviously, so there's no 2:30 game. So the 3 o'clock game is with those aforementioned Oklahoma Sooners that I love so much, as they're on the road at Kansas State on Fox Sports, National Fox. I'm not going to pick this ball game. As you guys know, I love my Sooners, so I'm going to get blasted one way or the other, so I just don't pick this game. The other game in the Big 12 at 7 o'clock, also on National Fox, you'll see Kansas at TCU. I'm sorry, Kansas, but it's not basketball season yet, guys. It's still football. It's still football season on Fox. I'm gonna go with TCU, and West Virginia is in Waco against the Baylor Bears on Fox Sports Deuce. I'm gonna go with West Virginia. That's Big 12 games. National scope. As always, we get started a little earlier with some couple of pre-weekend games. It all starts on Thursday, as Louisiana Lafayette is at Arkansas State on ESPNU. I'm going to go with Arkansas State. And then 7 o'clock, Memphis at Houston, as Houston tries to bounce back after they lost to to Tulsa last week. That game will be on ESPN. I'm going to go with Houston. Friday slate, 5 o'clock, Western Kentucky at Old Dominion on CBS. Sports. I'm going to go with Western Kentucky. ESPN2 at 6 o'clock, we'll have Marshall at Middle Tennessee State on ESPN2. I'm going to go with Middle Tennessee State. And there's a second game on CBS Sports Network. It'll start at about 8:30. That'll be between Air Force and Nevada. I'm going to go with Nevada. And the second game on Friday on ESPN2, they will have Colorado State at New Mexico. I'm going to go with Colorado State. So Saturday slate, get your waffles, your French toast, your bacon, your omelets ready for a full morning slate. That include Maryland at Wisconsin and the Badgers on the Big Ten Network. I'm going to go with Wisconsin. Temple and Army, they will be on CBS Sports. I'm going to go with Army. The SEC Network will have Idaho and Missouri. I'm going to go with Missouri. Iowa and Northwestern will be on ESPN2. I'm going to go with Northwestern. Purdue and Rutgers on the Big Ten Network. I'm going to go with Rutgers. ESPN will have Louisville at Florida State on ESPN. I'm going to go with Florida State in this ball game. Tulsa tries to continue their winning ways on the road at UConn on ESPNU. I'm going to go with the Huskies of UConn. And Akron at Toledo on ESPN3. I'm going to go with Toledo. 11:20, still in the morning slates, you'll be able to watch Pittsburgh at the Dukies. Duke. It'll be a fun basketball game on ESPN3, but it's not basketball, baby. It's football, so you got to go with Duke. Pitt's done not very much this year. Also in the ACC at 11:30, 10 minutes later, you'll see Boston College at Virginia on the ACC Sports Network on ESPN3.com. I'm going to go with Virginia. 1 o'clock on ESPN3, you'll see Troy at Georgia State. I'm going to go with Georgia State. Kent at Ohio on ESPN3. I'm going to go with Ohio. Northern Illinois at Bowling Green on ESPN3. I'm going to go with Northern Illinois. And Western Michigan at Eastern Michigan on ESPN3. I'm going to go with Western Michigan. ESPN3 also will have at 1:30 Buffalo at Miami of Ohio. ESPN3. I'm going to go with Miami of Ohio. And finally, 2 o'clock, ESPN3 Central Michigan at Ball State. I'm going to go with Central Michigan. The normal afternoon kickoffs at 2:30 include Tennessee at Alabama on CBS. You can't go against Alabama yet, can you? Absolutely not. Syracuse tries to continue their winning ways at Miami on ESPN in the Orange Bowl. I'm going to go with Miami. Also from the ACC on ESPN2, North Carolina at Virginia Tech. On ESPN2, I'm going to go with Virginia Tech. ABC, Indiana at Michigan State. I'm going to go with Michigan State. CBS Sports Network will have Central Florida at Navy. I'm going to go with Navy. Coastal Carolina at Appalachian State will be on ESPN3.com. I'm going to go with Appalachian State. Georgia State will be at University of Massachusetts on the new 11 Sports Network. I'm going to go with UMass. And Illinois at Minnesota on the Big Ten Network. I'm going to go with the Golden Gophers of Minnesota. 3 p.m., including the Oklahoma game, not including the Oklahoma game. The other games at 3 o'clock include Oregon at UCLA. I'm going to go with UCLA. That game's on the Pac-12 network. The SEC network will have the other Stoops, Mark Stoops, as he will take Kentucky, and they will be at Mississippi State on the SEC network. I'm going to go with Mississippi State. And ESPNU will have SMU at Cincinnati. Again, on ESPNU, I'm taking Cincy. 4 o'clock, Oral Buddy Seth Luttrell in North Texas takes his Mean Green on the road at Florida Atlantic. I'm going to go with FAU on ESPN3. You can watch that one. Also on ESPN3, ULM at South Alabama on ESPN3. I'm going to go with South Alabama. 5 o'clock, there's the new AT&T Sports Network. They have Utah State at UNLV. I'm going to go with Las Vegas. 5:30 p.m., the new BN Sports Network will have Alabama Birmingham at Charlotte. I'm going to go with UAB. 6 p.m., the not-so-know ESPN2 will have South Florida at Tulane. I'm going to go with South Florida. The new Stadium Network will have Southern Mississippi at Louisiana Tech. I'm going to go with La Tech. The new Stadium Network will also have Rice at Texas San Antonio. I'm going to go with UTSA. Brigham Young at East Carolina will play the final game at that time on CBS Sports Network. I'm going to go with East Carolina. 6:15, LSU at Ole Miss on ESPN. I think LSU finally has this thing live and kicking right now. They're looking good. They're looking better than they were a couple of weeks ago. they'll get this done. Also, no, sorry, not also, because at 6:30 is the next set of games. ABC will have Michigan at Penn State. I'm going to go with Penn State. Auburn will be at Arkansas on the SEC network. I'm going to go with Auburn. USC will be at Notre Dame on NBC. I'm going to go with Notre Dame. And finally, Wake Forest will be at Georgia Tech, who almost upset Miami. Now they're going to try to bounce back after that four quarter gut check against Wake Forest at home at Georgia Tech. That game's on ESPNU. 7 o'clock, Arizona will be at Cal Berkeley on the Pac-12 network. I'm going to go with Cal. 9:15 on ESPN2, you'll see Wyoming at Boise State. I'm going to go with Boise State. 9:30, Fresno State at San Diego State on CBS Sports. I'm going to go with San Diego State. And finally, 9:45, Colorado at Washington State as Washington State tries to bounce back on ESPN. And in Pullman, I think that they will beat Colorado in Washington State. At Washington State, I should say. All right, guys, those are my picks. Again, as I've said the last 8 weeks now, don't take any of these picks to Vegas with you because I'm not promising you anything. But if you do, I won't say no for you writing a little check to me for the winnings that I have. But don't blame me if you lose, guys. All right? Thanks. See y'all for week 9. Enjoy week 8 of college football, guys. I'm out of here. See ya next week.